pundit from Bulwark, and I think he nails it. He nails it. In Donald Trump, in less than 100 days, has taken away the stature that we had in the world. After his first term, our stature fell dramatically. But by the same token, people thought that, well, everybody is due a mulligan. It's okay that a country could elect somebody by mistake. And after all, it's not that they really elected Donald Trump, because the first time around, Donald Trump didn't win the election. He won the Electoral College, which is an anarchism that is really kind of crazy. And other democracies around the world just don't get it, like I don't get it as well, that it is a very undemocratic way of electing a president. But hey, that's what you got. It was an accident that Donald Trump got elected, okay? But the second time around, he won the plurality with the popular vote. He didn't win the maximum amount of vote. He didn't win the majority of the American vote, but he won the plurality of the American votes. At that point, the rest of the world said, we can't look at that as an accident. That is America. That is America. And if that is America, if not enough people in America are ready to lead as they were before, just maybe we have to do otherwise. And I want you to listen to this pundit because I think he nailed it.
Then a lot of Trump supporters did back him on these tariffs because they want manufacturing to return to America. So what is he saying to them today?
I don't know. Like, he'll tell them like the same stuff he did when he told them that he built the wall, and they all believed him, right? I mean, this is what it's nice to have a cult, right? When you can just have a cult and you tell people stuff and they believe it. You know, I'm a little bugged here because the damage is done. I mean, you said at the top of the show, we're on day 113. There's more than 1,000 days of this left. I mean, just imagine how much more damage can be done. And, when you said, what is the big takeaway from this? The big takeaway, I think, is that the American-led world order is over. And I don't think that goes back together again, right? The rest of the world has to move on. The rest of the world has to make plans and arrangements. They have to make financial plans and trade arrangements. They have to make security plans and security arrangements. And the old thing that we all grew up with, where America led the world order, I think that's done.
You wrote about that today. You wrote that even beyond economically, when it comes to defense and other areas, since Trump launched this in the last 6 weeks, countries are moving on without us. Just explain that in more detail, please.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this with the Canadian election, which was really done on the question of, is the Canadian partnership with America finished or not? And Canadians voted yes. The Chinese stood up and, as Charlotte said, the Chinese realized, we have all the leverage over the U.S. right now, and the U.S. backed down from them. Last week, the new German chancellor was sworn in. The very next day, he went to Paris, met with Emmanuel Macron, and they announced that they're going to stand up a new defense council, security council between just the two of them. That really, I mean, there's no way to read that except as we no longer have any faith in NATO. And they even talked about extending the French security nuclear umbrella for the rest of Europe. Like, this is, again, I think in America, we've talked ourselves into believing that the Trump thing happened and it's really bad and unfortunate. But, if we can just get through this, then in 4 years, we can course correct and put things back together again. But that's not how the world works, right? The rest of the world keeps spinning, and we've gone this way and into this cul-de-sac and just sort of abdicated America's responsibility for leadership in the world. And once you do that, it takes a generation to fix it, I think. And that's if you're lucky.
I am so glad that he said what he said, that it takes a generation to fix it, because I used that on another program. I think it was on WBAI or one of these other stations. And no, it wasn't WBAI. It was another one. And I got some pushback because there are really people who think that when we rid ourselves of Donald Trump, everything is going to be okay. To which I pointed out, no, everything is not going to be okay, because this cancer isn't Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just a representation of this cancer. That's it. Donald Trump represents a cancer that is endemic within our country. And what we have to do is find the antidote. And that antidote isn't even if we get 3 more Democrats that win the presidency, which is very likely after Donald Trump. It will take people forgetting that America was capable of electing a Donald Trump. And that will take a generation, because the people who lived through it around the world, the destructive nature of this guy, the people who live it around the world, they are going to say, we can't trust them. Okay, they did it this time. We can't trust them. That is where Donald Trump and those who have elected Donald Trump have put our country. That's what they've done to our country.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.